Karlovy Vary and Prague are just two such extraordinarily beautiful cities and towns. I mean, you know, I live in Los Angeles, which is a lovely place, but it's so big that they're really nice little places, but a lot of it is not very nice. So I feel very well received and excited to be here, and very honored to be here at Karlovy Vary. You know, I think, I guess I would have to say the adventure, sort of romantic adventure movie, because I'm really a melody guy. I really believe in the power of melody in film music. So any movie where I can write a strong melody, I'm happy with. But I also, I like psychological dramas as well. As long as it's a good story, I like it. Well, I work in all kinds of different ways. Sometimes I will have a meeting with the director and we'll talk a little bit about the movie before the movie is shot. And I will go to my studio and write a lot of music just based on what I imagine the story will be like and what the movie might look like. And then when I finally get the movie, and it's never going to be finished, it's always very rough, I try and take some of that music I've written and put it up against the movie and see if it works. But you know, I'm always changing my music with the film, because the film is changing, then I have to change. So it's like that. I don't know if that's something you can teach, or if I have a secret, or if it's just an instinct. I think most of all, a composer is also a storyteller and a filmmaker. So if a composer is doing anything that makes the story confusing, or interferes with dialogue or anything like that, that's a mistake. The individual tone of a movie is something that I think happens with a little bit of time. That if I can work on a movie for 3 months instead of 4 weeks, which depends on what the schedule, I have a better chance of finding something really unique about the movie. On Fantastic Beasts, I was on that movie for 7 months. But then a movie like, I just did a movie with Catherine Bigelow called Detroit, which is coming out in August, and I was on that for about 3 weeks. But that was an electronic score. I came on much later in the process. Some movies I've done very quickly, but I don't prefer that. I prefer to have enough time to really experiment and make sure that I'm writing the best music. At this stage of my career, I have so many relationships with directors who I've worked with before and who have become friends of mine. So that's always my first choice, is to work with my friends, because it's always a pleasurable experience. It also depends on the script. I read a script, the director, the story, scheduling, all of those things really add up to it. I try and not do the same kinds of movies back to back to back. I don't want to do a thriller and a thriller and a thriller. I try and do a thriller, an adventure, a romantic comedy, and just to keep myself fresh. That music is so personal that, and I spent so long composing it, that I can't help but think about the movie and the images and the characters that I'm writing for. But actually, when I'm actually on stage, I'm just trying to focus on conducting so I don't get lost. I'm trying not to think about the movie or anything else, just the music. Peter Pan was a very, it was a turbulent time in my life. I was going through a lot of changes. I recently had met my wife, and we were very much in love, and there were complications, which are now all good. But I think I expressed a lot of my feelings in that score. I'm incredibly humbled and very honored. I mean, they're very important. I spend years just in my studio by myself, writing music, and I know that people are out there watching it and watching the movies and listening, but to understand that somewhere as far away as the Czech Republic, is honoring me for music I've written in Santa Monica is very exciting. And I think it means a lot to me. It means that people have been listening and that people have been paying attention, and that makes me feel really good. So it's very important.
I won't ever forget this night. Thank you all very much.